made a PVC skeletal frame, and I used all these materials to make the dog creature from The Thing as a prop. Now this is a combination of the movie prop and also the toy that you see here. I hope you appreciate the scale. Now I formed this main body here, and I also included the bag inside this portion for a later feature that you'll see. Now every piece that was put together here, I did utilize Gorilla Glue at first in order to have a quick bond. So this works rather well, but can get expensive. You might want to switch to the glue sticks and the glue gun just to save a little bit of money. Now this is where the pool noodles come in handy here. They help out in making parts of the limbs. Makes it a little bit easier because I'm also utilizing that upholstery foam that's 1 inch that you see here. If you're thinking about looking at the details of the skin, I did utilize that clear caulk there as well. This really helps out in bringing out some definition. Now to cover the rough texture of the pool noodle, I did use the Calpalmy foam clay. Now this smoothed out the rough texture of the pool noodle, and I also provided a link to the Calpalmy clay that's on my Amazon affiliate account there. Now I did look up an example for some dog teeth there, so that way I was able to make these and form these, and it was done actually relatively easy, just using the Calpalmy clay and then my countertop. So yes, and whether you buy the bag one or the one in the plastic container, it's up to you. They're actually both are just the same, just different containers, and usually I get the tote one because I like to use the tote as a extra container for all my materials. But yep, that's all I used here. It's rather easy. Now I decided, hey, since I said it's rather easy, I'll just show you an example of how I was making some of these teeth here on the countertop. And basically, once you form these, you can go ahead and let them stay there for 24 hours, whichever. Just make sure nobody gets in the way of it. They'll dry, and they're easy to take off from the countertop as well. And I do suggest, a few times go back and look at them and just make sure they didn't puff up and lose their shape. You can go back and just, reform them with your fingers and then leave them. I think it was only a couple times I did that, and then I just let them dry and check them after 24 hours, and they look perfect. Then I just took the time to go ahead and hot glue them in the positions that they need to be according to the diagram that I was referencing, that was showing how the dog teeth are spaced and which teeth go in there. And depending on the size of the mouth that you put in here will be how you'll see how many teeth you can actually fit in there. So for mine, it wasn't the full size of a dog's mouth, but still worked out rather well. And I was actually pleased with the end results. And then here, this is the claws. I went back and redid these with some hot glue. Good tip here is definitely use those scraps. If you have any leftover scraps, go ahead and utilize them, cut them the way you need to. This is what I did in order to finish up on the, the spread out head of the first dog or portion that was made from the dog creature thing. So yes, and definitely saves you a lot of money in the fact that you're using this upholstery foam for that purpose as well. And so here we go. This is where I just formed these and started adding some hot glue to it, and also some of the clear caulk to start making some textures. And then here it is, finished with all the hot glue that I had to put in there and some of the caulk as well, just to make sure that I got the right textures like veins and things like that, parts of the skin. And then covering the whole part of that tongue there as well was important with the hot glue, because this allows you to get the paint to stick to everything, because I was going to utilize some spray paint on this, and then other portions I'm using the acrylic. Now you can also use the Flex Seal spray That way you can cover up the upholstery foam, and this allows you to, seal up that foam so it doesn't like soak up a bunch of paint, especially if you're going to be using like latex house paint mixed with some acrylic, or even you're going to use the spray paint. So definitely using Flex Seal on this really helps out a lot. Now I did take some time here to go back onto the dog's head for some definition using a Dremel, and then also a little bit of the Calpalmy clay, and I would say just using a very thin layer that you're going to put on there just so you can texture up the skin and other areas that you feel that need a little bit more detail or attention that needs to be made to it, or proportions that you need to correct. As an added bonus, I got these hands from Amazon, and I was going to go ahead and make the arms that go onto this prop here. Now to form the arms, I used 3/4 inch PVC that was 3 foot long that I used a heat gun to bend, and I did cover it with pool noodles utilizing some Gorilla duct tape. Now this allowed the pool noodles to hug the PVC and keep its shape and form. Now I took the time to go ahead and attach the arms and take a look at it, and you can see the size of these arms are up there, but they attach rather well to the PVC frame that's within inside the main body here. Now I started painting the arms here, and I'm using this orange color here and a flesh tone mix, which actually is reminiscent of what's seen in the movie. Now after this dries, I will seal it with some lacquer spray to ensure that it protects it and gives it that sheen wet look. And you know me, I like to add in that glow in the dark acrylic paint, and so here I'm utilizing a paintbrush, and I wanted to see how it looks. It looks great even using a small paintbrush here to make these lines and veins. And yes, I can go back and use an airbrush to make it finer, but just wanted to show you that yeah, you can still make it look great with paintbrushes, no problem whatsoever. Probably I might go over later on with my airbrush, but like I said, not everybody has an airbrush to use to do this type of thing. But so you can see it still turns out great with a paintbrush. Now I'm using the LED black light, and I go ahead and I'm going to remove this, and ooh man, I like the way this turned out and the way it glows. So cool. And finally, here it is. Now this thing looks awesome, man. This is definitely way better than I had imagined and pictured in my mind, and I'm pleased with the results here. And with the materials that I used here, I know this prop is going to last a long time, and I can use it for many things and many scenes, and it was definitely worth it to make this prop right here. Now I'm going to get different angles of this so you can see it from different sides and go around and see the back portion. So just take a look at the results here, and you'll see it from different angles and see the texturing that I've done in using that caulk there. It works rather great, and the foam, the combination of these along with the paint as well. Now I'm going to show you the back portion here, and you can see those holes. That's the PVC frame that allows me to attach those arms to it. And the legs along with the head are detachable according to the thing toy that you saw in the picture earlier. And here it is with the arms attached here, and man, this thing looks awesome. I'm very pleased with the work that I put into this, and it is rather stable than I thought it would be. So definitely a plus here and a win-win-win. And of course with my style, bam, I like to show off all that glowing acrylic that's on there with the black light, and this effect looks really cool. I like the little veins that I'm seeing in here, and man, I can't say anything else better than I am definitely pleased with the way this turned out. And here again, I'm going to show you the end result of just removing that black light, and wow, with it glowing, that looks cool, man. Now here's the effect on the hands, and look at the claws glowing. Wow, the claws look really cool like that they're glowing. So yes, I am very pleased with the way this turned out. Looks cool, looks pretty creepy, and definitely will fit my needs for what I'm going to utilize this for. Now I'm also going to show you with the light on it, and then I'll take the light away and you see the glow, and then I'm going to kind of like get a different angle and a distance. That way you can definitely see what's going on with this prop here and how it looks under the different light conditions. Now, if you've gotten this far in the video, please take the time to like this video, and then also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And then for the dual purpose of this prop here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I made these gloves right here, and I go ahead and reach out, and what do I take out from the body portion here? Some candy to hand out. This thing turned out awesome. Thanks for watching.